Hey guys, welcome back to the channel here, Lions Den Investments and Reviews. My name is Casey. In today's video, I just wanted to cover the markets, show you where we are right now with specifically Ethereum and Bitcoin. And since we're covering Ethereum today as well, I wanted to talk about I don't know if you guys tuning in here, we're part of the THETA airdrop with NFTs, but I want to get into NFTs for a minute because I actually was part of that THETA airdrop that took place yesterday, and a lot of people still don't understand NFTs and what all that entails. So we're gonna cover that because there's a lot of hype around NFTs. If you guys have been part of this market and a part of this bull run so far since the beginning of the year, and then previous to that, like back in March of 2020, NFTs made a huge impact, and there was a lot of hype behind that. And that bubble, I think, popped, and everybody was saying, is the hype behind NFTs, is that over? So we're gonna talk about that, and then I want to talk about just go into some of the in-depth details about like what an NFT is and the use case behind that, and how you can utilize that technology that underlies NFTs for artwork. Okay. So getting started here with Ethereum, right now we are looking pretty bullish, guys. We are in a good position here on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reason why is because you can see the downtrend here on the daily chart for Ethereum. We actually broke the downtrend and we are heading up now. That is bullish. And specifically because if we zoom in here, you can see on this is the 200-day moving average. We have actually broken above the 200-day moving average on Ethereum. And then if we go to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is still kind of struggling, okay? So you can see the 200-day moving average here. We're still in that range zone. We've retested 4 times now, 5 times actually at 30,000. And we've just broke the downward trend here on Bitcoin. And we're trying to push back up. And if you look at the daily chart here, this is the 200-day moving average, okay? So we need Bitcoin to break above that 200-day moving average so the 200-day moving average can start acting as support, like what you're seeing back here on Ethereum, okay? So with Ethereum, if you zoom in, you can see the 200-day moving average is now acting as support, and that's exactly what we want for things to move into more of a bullish sentiment going into the month of July, okay? But that's just some brief technical analysis on Ethereum and Bitcoin at the moment. With that said, though, here, let's go over here because this is the ThetaZilla, which is the Theta drop that took place. And this is the Theta NFT marketplace that has just went live. Okay. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of what what they're doing with NFTs here, I've shot several videos in the past that you go back and watch where I was talking about NFTs and physical items being part of that NFT. So you could go out and buy a token for an NFT and then have a physical item shipped to you in the mail, okay, that represents ownership through that token of whatever NFT you're buying. So for instance, like here, if we go to the marketplace on Theta, you can see this is an NFT, guys. So you could buy this NFT for $175, and what you're going to get is, a transaction with an address, right? So you're going to have to send some money through an address for that transaction so that you can get this. And if you get this specific one is an airdrop, so you're on a waiting list. But the way they've got this playing out here is if your name is called, your NFT is purchased through the funding of your address here, and you would get this shirt mailed to you in the mail. And the NFT here, which is a digital token, is going to represent 100% ownership of that product that you have. So it acts kind of like an authentication or verification for a receipt, which claims ownership for you on the blockchain, okay? So it's immutable. It cannot be erased. It's there permanently. So if you ever lost, say, a receipt for something that you own, you don't have to worry about that anymore. And if you ever went to a market to try to sell something, a lot of times when it switches hands, you're gonna the person's going to want authentication or verification that you actually own it, right? It's kind of like a title to a car. So that essentially is what an NFT is, or at least that's some of the use case behind it. Now it can also be used for just 100% digital art too. So for instance, I'll have to see if I can't minimize this real quick. Actually, let's move my head down here because I have to go to my collection to show you this. All right, so this right here is 100% digital artwork on an NFT, okay? Now I could go to the marketplace here on THETA and go ahead and sell this to somebody else at a higher price at a later date. What this represents, though, is a memorable moment or a collectible, right, through an NFT. And so that's part of what makes NFTs special, is that you can take these tokens for stuff like this, and it represents a memorable moment within time. And that's what gives it its value, just simply because it's a digital piece. So that is what NFTs are. Now, how do they work? At a very high level here, and it's just something I caught as a description off The Verge. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can read over this article, and it goes into much further detail on other aspects of NFTs. But at a very high level, most NFTs are part of the Ethereum blockchain, okay? Now, as I just showed you there, you've got the THETA blockchain, which has opened up a whole new market for NFTs outside of Ethereum. So there's other blockchains where you can go to that have NFTs available, and NFTs that you can create on their platforms. And that's exactly what THETA is doing. So Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, of course, like Bitcoin or Dogecoin, but its blockchain also supports these NFTs, which store extra information that makes them work differently from, say, an Ethereum coin, okay? It is worth knowing that other blockchains can implement their own versions of NFTs as well, like I just explained. So that's basically how they work. NFTs, the other cool thing about them, they stand for non-fungible token. So what you can do, if you know how to program, say in Solidity, for instance, you can create your own smart contracts that are implemented into these non-fungible tokens, okay? And then they can perform a function or trigger a function when they're sent to a smart contract address on the blockchain. Now, this goes into a whole nother realm of use case and functionality. And I've talked about that a little bit when it comes to like corporations getting involved with blockchains and implementing corporate use case for like workflow processes, for instance, right? They'll be able to use a non-fungible token or an NFT, say for like their own specific department, and then use a decentralized application with that NFT token to send it to, say, an address, which basically initiates a function, okay, or some type of programming automated business function to perform a task. So that's kind of where the corporate corporate conglomerates, the whole Fortune 500 companies and the market as a whole, for corporations, that's what they're looking at when it comes to blockchains right now and what they can do with it. So again, is the hype over with NFTs? This article here breaks down how NFTs and art will benefit from each other moving forward. And I want to talk about that because if you're an artist, right? I've got a friend right now who's a traditional artist, so he likes to put together his own artwork. And I was telling him the other day, one thing you can do if you're a traditional artist is you can use the NFT market to basically create your own gallery of artwork, right? And in doing so, the cool thing with NFTs, guys, is say if you go to Rarible.com, for instance, and you create an NFT, you can set the royalty on your own NFT token. Okay, so let's say you got artwork, physical artwork that you create. You can create your own gallery within something like Rarible.com, which is an NFT open marketplace platform. And here, just to show you what I'm talking about, let me get this out of the way, because you can go to Rarible.com and I'll take you over there real quick. So this is rarible.com, okay? And if I go to my account, I can show you my items. So you could set something up like this right here, okay? And this is my own platform within Rarible, and you can create NFTs. So I just experimented with it, created some digital art on my logo for my YouTube channel, and you can put them out here. But what you can do is set the royalty on, say, if you got physical artwork that you want to put out here, you can set the royalty on it to say like 10 or 20%. So for instance, if I went to artist X, right, whoever that might be, and I buy his artwork from his own platform here, and he ships off the artwork to me, so I own physical possession of it. Let's say if I ever get tired of that artwork, or I need some money real quick, or I want to flip it to somebody else because he's getting famous as an artist, or getting more recognition, I can do so. And what I do is I take the artwork, I'll sell his token on the open market that I was given after I bought his artwork. I now have the physical artwork in my possession too. So what I do is I go out and I sell the NFT to somebody else. Well, that's a transaction in itself. And if I'm buying the token from his platform and he's got the royalty on his NFT set at like 10 or 20% per sale, if I bought it from him for, say, like $300, for instance, right? And I've got the artwork in my possession, and I'm sitting here going, you know what? I want to sell it. I want to flip it to somebody else. I put it back out on the market here through the NFT. Somebody else buys it, but instead of selling it for $300, I want to sell it for $600. That person buys it for $600. I ship the physical artwork off to them. They now have ownership over it along with the token. And because the sell was at a higher price from what I originally bought it from the artist who created it, if the artist created it and set the royalty on that token at like 10 or 20%, he's going to get a royalty on every sale when it switches hands. Kind of like that example I just showed you there, or just laid out for you. So it gives you a whole nother way to make money as a traditional artist when you're selling physical artwork, because not only is the artwork 100% original, which gives it value, it also, and you're making money up front on the front end. You're also making money on the back end too, through another stream of passive income on the royalty side, like what I'm explaining here. So it opens up several different possibilities and potential for traditional artists. The reason why I'm talking about traditional artists, though, guys, is because you can easily go out here. If you're just creating digital art, let's say you created an NFT just based on this picture, right? And you want to sell that. Well, that's fine, but it better have some cool aspects to it that make it unique, right? So it better have some animation within the NFT itself that does something, because quite frankly, all I have to do is go over here and right click and select copy image or save image as. And I've got myself a copy of this digital artwork, all right? And what that really kind of defeats the purpose of just selling digital art, because I can go ahead and infringe on copyrights. Not saying I would do that, but there's a lot of people out there that would. And if you've got physical art that represents that digital art that you're seeing here, now you're getting back to the original, owning the original version of it, which brings much more value to it, because people, they could go copy a digital image, but it's not worth anything really. It's kind of like if you owned, a digital version of Mona Lisa versus actually having the original Mona Lisa hanging on your wall. Which one are you going to be able to sell? Which one's going to have more value? So think of it in terms of that when I'm talking about traditional art and NFTs. But that's kind of where we're at with NFTs right now. I don't think the hype is over. The bubble did pop, and it came back down. But I think the overall long-term trend with NFTs, guys, is up, okay? It's just like Bitcoin and Ethereum in a sense when it comes to the amount of money coming into this market and the market expanding and growing over time. It's going to go up, pop, come back down, go back up, pop again, come back down, and it's going to settle at higher market values throughout time. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this NFT market goes over time. But I just wanted to cover that in today's video and clear that up for you guys on NFTs and kind of how those work, the underlying technology with them. You know, in one of my other videos, I was talking about the 721 protocol, and especially, you know, when it comes to THETA and what they're doing with NFTs, because they're making them cross-chain compatible with the Ethereum blockchain. So essentially, once this starts evolving a little bit, you should be able to come out here to like Rarible.com when you create a NFT on the THETA marketplace, and at some point, I don't know how far out this would be for THETA investors and people that are, you know, THETA followers that are using that NFT marketplace. But if you create a NFT out here on THETA, at some point you'll be able to make it cross-chain compatible with something like Rarible, because Rarible runs on the Ethereum blockchain. So with that said, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you like the content that you're hearing, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have anything that you wanted me to cover as far as projects, use cases, fundamentals, stuff like that, stuff you want me to touch on, leave comments in the comments section below, and I'll be sure to try to cover that in videos moving into the future here. But yeah, that's all I have for today. These markets are volatile, like I always tell you. Have diamond hands. Right now, if I was holding anything as far as crypto with good use case like Cardano, THETA, Ethereum, Bitcoin, I would not be selling at this point, because there's a lot of rumors throughout Wall Street right now that come in here like mid-July. You know, I keep telling you, watch the month of July. They're saying that the about mid-month July, we're looking at some serious action in prices for the overall markets. Whether it's up or down, I don't really know, but I can tell you, just looking at the charts right now, we're extremely bullish. So with fundamentals in place being bullish, I would say the prices are going to go up. How much, I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. But with that said, have diamond hands. If they do decide to go down and we get another dump, I would not be selling. Okay. With that said, have no fear, my friends, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.